Hello. I've come back, just as I said I would. I came back, and we're here with another stream. I'm live again. You thought I was gone forever, but I wasn't. I came back. I always come back. I always do. I always do. Also, hi. Hi, youth. How's it going? Enjoying yourself on this fine Monday evening? But yeah, more Zelda tonight. And, I'm actually keeping up good pace from before. I cleared 2 dungeons in the Master Quest. On one stream, I'm feeling good. I always come back. But it's my contract. I'm legally and contractually obligated to return. Oh, okay. So you were watching the VOD. It was that one's probably one of like my better streams so far. Not to like rank them in any capacity, but like I feel like that one had like the most activity going on, not just like from my end, but like from chat as well. Chat was also very invested and very talkative. I liked that. Also, hey KDZ, good to see you. I missed you last night. I was like, where's the guy to comment on the craziness of this game? But, for those who don't know, I did upgrade to, like, the expansion pass for, Nintendo Switch Online. So now I have a way to play Majora's Mask on stream. I have a way. So I can play that sometime after Ocarina of Time. It probably won't be until after Scarlet releases, though, because of the timing of everything. Because probably by the time I get done with Ocarina of Time, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be close to coming out. It's all good. Crazy things happen. I'm far from the one, like, totally together right now, because, like, you know, IRL things, but I'm not gonna work myself up too much over it. It's kind of more like not something I'm gonna talk about here. But all I will say is I'm happier here right now. Because you know how it be, as long as I'm not at work. Because I get to be with you guys. You guys make this a lot of fun. Also, I've noticed that since the last stream, we got another follower. It just keeps happening when I'm not looking. I turn my back for, like, I don't know, several hours, and someone sneaks in and goes, "Hey, I'ma follow you." So, thank you for the follow, Mallow. I'm not sure if you're watching, but if you are, thank you for the follow. It means a lot, because that is getting me a little bit closer to my affiliate goals. Because I think I only need a few more followers. Alright. We're almost there. We're almost there. And then we can have affiliate things. And then emotes. Pretty much all at the same time. But, yeah, I upgraded to the expansion for Nintendo Switch Online, which, like, interesting timing, granted, because, I paid for the Mario Kart DLC, like, a couple months ago when I didn't have the expansion pass for online, and the DLC is free with the expansion, so, that's a little bit of money that I spent that ended up going towards something that was gonna be free anyway, but, I mean, it's for good tracks. Oh! P-Man, you're following now! Hey! You haven't been following this whole time? Wow! Sneaking up on me, are ya? This whole time. Well, hey, thank you. Hey. I'm giving you a hard time. It's all good. I do appreciate the follow though, because that's one step closer. It's one step closer to the big goal. It's one step. Because now I only need just a few more. So like it's one few less than I needed like a minute ago. So hey, good. We're doing good. Not even the first half hour, and I got 2 follows since the last stream. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm happy. I'm feeling pretty good about that. So I will be getting the capture utility situated here right now. Because I can keep chatting while I play the game. I did it yesterday. Had a good, nice, long chat while I was playing Zelda. I was chatting about the VTubing community. Master Quest? Well, it's Ocarina of Time, okay? It's basically the same game that I just played, but the dungeons are harder. So they mixed up the dungeons, packed more enemies in there, changed a lot of the puzzles around. So it's just a harder Ocarina of Time. So, that's kind of why I went and played the game in its original version first. To kind of brush up on what kind of puzzles I might be expecting. So that way, when I hopped into Master Quest, hey, there we go, I know what things are. But, Master Quest, it was originally like exclusive to the Nintendo GameCube because they re-released like a bunch of Zelda games on the Nintendo GameCube. And what it was like there was 2 different releases, and I think both of them were packaged with Wind Waker at some point. There was the Anniversary Collection, which included like a bunch of NES and SNES titles and Majora's Mask, which I don't have. And then there was the Ocarina of Time 2 game pack, which includes the original Ocarina of Time and the original Master Quest, because, well, now we have Ocarina of Time 3D that has the Master Quest, but that Master Quest isn't the original Master Quest, because they kind of also went and mirrored all of the dungeons on top of making things harder. So, like, I guess it's not, like, so much as, like, the experience is a little cheaper, because I'm not saying that. It's just, it feels more original to just do it the way I'm doing it. Because, you know, original version. It's a bit of a weird flex, I know. Alright, let's swap over to gameplay and move me down here. As I'm sure you probably noticed, you don't see my mouse this time. That's because I kinda maybe had the mouse, like, showing before for VTube Studio, so I just kinda turned it off. So no cursor. Essentially it's the same game as before, but like, it's just the dungeons that changed. The boss fights, the side quests are about the same as before. So, like, yeah, it's essentially the same game, but it's okay. It's a harder version of the game. That's what I get for trying to do this with one hand. I keep missing the start button. I thought I could flex a little. Be like, hey, look what I can do with one hand! So, basically this is just this, but, you know, dungeons that only experienced Ocarina of Time players would find reasonable success with. Or just, you know, anyone that knows a lot of the stuff from the original game anyway. The game says only masters dare enter the dungeons. Also, they changed the thing. So yeah, basically the same game, but it's hard mode, essentially. It's the hard mode that came packaged in a disc alongside the original game. It's not like those other games that get hard modes that are just default with the game itself. It's just packaged as a separate game. So this is an entirely separate game, but everything's basically the same. Except for the dungeons. But hey, it's all good. But yesterday I was having a really good conversation while playing the game about like how amazing the VTubing community has gotten and how like welcoming everybody's been while I worked up to this point to just like streaming. Yeah, there is a ladder there, but like I'm in the same boat as you. I've always just kind of like backflipped off that because I mean you don't suffer fall damage anyway. I'm not gonna ask Surya about the other stone, because I know where it is. Oh, wait, bomb drop. There we go. Yeah, who needs ladders, am I right? Ladders are just... It's a two-way thing. They're always up or down for something. Whichever you prefer. How can you tell I've gotten bigger and stronger, Mr. Decidui with weird brows? I wish I could skip this dialogue because, honestly, I'm not rereading a lot of the dialogue. Oh, okay, so he's just gonna buzz off. Alright, good. With all due respect, Mr. Owl, I, kinda need to blow up some rocks. That's a chicken. Every chicken I meet and befriend is Mr. Peckington. So this is Mr. Peckington. Yeah, give the... Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie center of the Tootsie Pop? I don't know. I think my next later stream is going to be Friday again. Because, I've been wanting to stream more on Fridays, on top of, like, the Sundays and Mondays that I do have left, because Friday I can, like, play stuff like Splatoon online with friends or something. There is a, collab I want to do with somebody that I'm probably gonna have to do on, like, a Monday, because of, scheduling conflicts. Because, they won't be able to make it for a Friday stream. Yes. Yeah, right there. See? I was trying to make it anonymous. You blew your own cover, not me. So I'm thinking maybe that'll be like a Monday stream because of the scheduling. And I might make that a later stream. I don't know. Because I don't know, like, how we're gonna set that up. We haven't, like, discussed it too much. Just that we want to do something at some point. So, like, that's on the table. As far as other late streams, I'm guessing if, like, you're able to make room on any of the nights I do stream, then I can probably just, like, set up a time to have you hop into Discord and just do it that way. Because, like, with the collab I did this past Friday, it was just, I asked them, hey, you cool if I have you guys on stream? They were like, yeah, no, it's good. It's good. And, we just kind of set it up. I couldn't get the, PNGs set up for that in time. So I'm thinking, if I can't get them this week, I'm definitely gonna try this coming week to, like, ask around. Because, I have, like, a stepping stone, so to speak, to, like, help get that set up. Because apparently what it is, like, one of the ways I can do this is, there's a link to a, thing that links to Discord, where, it lets you, like, upload images for reactive images. So you can basically just upload 2 images, one for, like, if you're not talking and one for when you're talking. And it can be two different images, or it can be, like, the same image twice. But, if you set that up, and then, like, I get the link to that, then I can set that up with OBS. But I just haven't taken the time to do that. Diving game, 20 rupees. I do like the diving game, because I get to practice my T-pose dive. Link has a T-pose dive, and you can't say I'm lying. It's the T-pose dive! But yeah, if it's one of the nights I stream, then let me know. If you have that time off, then I can maybe set something up. Yes, the alpha dive. It's the T-pose. You know I'm too cool for the T-posing. I think he has a very similar dive in Majora's Mask, too. But, like, I think it depends on the form, because, like, I think he can only swim with, like, 2 of the forms. 3 if you count Fierce Deity Link. But nobody swims around with Fierce Deity Link. Unless you're like me and was, like, younger me looking for glitches in the game to play as Fierce Deity Link outside of boss rooms. Because, like, he was one of those things where, like, you could only use inside of boss rooms. Because he was just absolutely busted anyway. I have a shiny, flat thing covered in a sparkling circle. I'm moving up in the world. I think there is a gold scale in this game, I just don't remember how to get it. Nor is it, like, absolutely necessary to get it, unless you're, like, trying to 100% the game. Well, I think it's, like... The logic behind it, I think it's because it's a Zora scale and they're fish people. So, like, by having that in your inventory, you essentially are, like, powering yourself up with the ability to just swim longer underwater. Again, there is a golden version, but the gold version isn't necessary for just beating the main game. It's like if you wanted to 100% the game. Hey, there we go. I got 2 bottles this time. I'm twice as prepared for any outcome. Would have been really nice the last time around, because, when I went to fight Ganondorf, he kinda killed me, and I had to use that one fairy that I had. So, like, I had to be extremely careful fighting Ganon. Because they were just like, yeah, let's make this a challenge. People are watching you, therefore it must be a challenge. I think that's, like, the way it is with games. They're just like, they have this ability to know that people are watching you play it, and will just make itself harder for no reason other than people are watching. Alright, so I just gotta sit through his dialogue and them weepening. Also, I'm not sure if anyone's caught on at this point, but, my stream titles have, had at least one kind of rhyme in it. See, cause yesterday the title was Master Quest Part 1, The Adventure Has Begun. Today it's Part 2, Totally Not the Electric Boogaloo. Because that's a joke on that whole Part 2 Electric Boogaloo thing. Just like, that's totally not that. I'm trying to... Yeah, it just started. You're just kind of doing a shuffle. Everybody do the mweep. I think we made a joke the last time where, like, this was like a Dragon Ball episode. And it's just an entire Dragon Ball episode dedicated to him doing that. And that's how Dragon Ball episodes seem to be, from my experience. I haven't watched it in a really long time, though. So I don't know if it still does that with their episodes. I think it might still do it with the episodes, I don't know. It's not one of those anime I keep up with too much. And again, I don't keep up with a lot of anime. And like, a lot of the anime I have seen is mostly like stuff that's like 1 or 2 seasons long and is just like, kind of like a one-shot idea. Like, I think the most recent one I watched was also one I read in manga form years ago. Like, when I was, I think, either in school or just out of school. And it's called, Vampire Knight. And that one's actually really good. I thought that the anime adaptation of that would be, kind of but it's actually pretty, faithful to the manga, so that's good. Yes, you're mweeping. You have mwept 3 times. I'm not gonna set up a counter for that. Well, I do appreciate you, communicating. Also, I looked over that, guest list you, mentioned yesterday on stream, and, a couple of the VTubers that were on there are, I recognize them as, Hololive. They're not, like, they're not Hollow Myth, I think they're Hollow Council. So, like, they're, like, the second group of English-speaking ones. So they're not, like, in the same... Like, they're all part of the same company regardless, but, like, they aren't, like, in the same debuting era as, like, Gura or, like, Kiara. They're, like... They debuted with, like, Crony and Sana. So I was like, oh, hey, I know those 2 names. I haven't watched them a lot. I watched, like, part of their debuts, because, like, before I debuted, I was like, yeah, I gotta watch VTuber debuts, kind of, like, make mental notes. See how people do that. Only make 1 episode on the Mweep? Yeah, they gotta have an entire season based on the Mweep. Okay, already I've seen things that are different. I think I just saw a cow... Oh, that's not just 1 cow. There are 2 cows inside of the walls. This is some pretty disturbing imagery we got right here. I didn't know this giant fish ate cows. I mean... it is kind of a weird scene, but like... What am I gonna do about the cows? Wait, what? Wait, what? I was just guessing that I had to shoot that cow in the face. I didn't think I actually needed to shoot him in the face. So apparently shooting cows in the face activates things. These poor cows. Master Quest is freaking weird. They not only went with harder dungeons, they went with weirder dungeons. Okay, this just isn't fun anymore. Alright, so I can't just go around him. Alright. Alright. I think that's gonna be the only way I can get across. They really went all in on this whole let's just change dungeons thing. Honestly, I think this time he had more of a all-you-can-eat buffet. Alright, so this door is locked now. That wasn't locked the first time. Oh, I heard another cow. Are cows just gonna be everywhere in this dungeon? I'm just like, now look... Oh, there he is. Oh, that activated a chest over... Alright. I don't know how to feel about this dungeon anymore. This went from, like, a kind of weird dungeon in the original game to, okay, now we're just gonna make it batshit crazy. They really had to turn up the craziness on this one, didn't they? I don't think I can get through that, but I can get this. Wait a minute. It's giving me a lot of Deku Nuts. Oh. That cow's just kind of under the water, too. Okay, I'm not the only one hallucinating that, right? Actually, I might want to see if there's something on the other side of that hole. Just to confirm real quick. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, someone's been smoking a little too much when they were making this one. Okay, I think I can dive under that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's a big chest, so I did need to get it. Watch this be the boomerang, like, right off the bat. Oh, no, it's just a compass. Okay. And I thought this game couldn't get weirder. Oh, yeah, the Waddle Dees? Yeah. Oh, that hit the button for the door. The thing. That's not a pimple, that's a button. How are you alive? Don't worry about it, it's a sea cow, it's fine. It's a sea cow. Or as we like to call them, Stomachus elbovineus. I don't know. I'm trying to be smart. Everybody do the wiggle. Yeah, they just make you do more steps to get further into the dungeons. Like, I thought it was crazy what they did with the last one. But this one's just cranking it to 11. Oh, good. The best character in the game. I'm just like, oh, good, it's you again. Oh, alright. Bosgastrophilius. You wrote a letter in a bottle, m'lady. There's a cow in this room. I don't care that the giant fish is eating cows and boulders and stuff. Where are these freaking cows? Wait a minute. Can I blow those up? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave her there, that's fine. You know, it's probably not important. I landed on her, that's funny. I told you to go away. Well, sorry to tell you, but I kinda can't leave you in here. Things are a little weirder than last time. The fact that you came in here again is just... that's a lapse of judgment on your part. I don't know what you were thinking. I mean, come on, there are cows embedded in the walls now. I never thought I'd see the day where I would walk into a giant fish dungeon and find cows in the walls. Just coming out of the walls, man. It kind of makes you wonder, did I smoke something or did the developers smoke something? Yeah, I'll have to get down here. Oh, wait. I have to proceed without Rudo here? Oh. And there's lizard men. Cows are just like, I'm living in the walls! They just went nuts with this one. Oh, there's a lake down there. There's a boar monster down there. Why'd they put him this early in the game? I don't like that he's wiggling down there. Hey, have a bomb. Okay, that's not working. Can I just... Nope. Wait, what? Nope. I don't like this at all. Well, hey, good to know that bombs kill it. Good. I don't have the Song of Time to come back and do this. What's that? I'm gonna... Oh, I can't. Okay, never mind. Actually, wait, does this raise the water level? Is this gonna do the thing I think it's gonna do? If I actually land on it? If I actually land on it? There we go. What's with the water pillar, then? Alright, well, I guess never mind. This is just insane right now. They made you more independent in this version of the dungeon. I can't really do much. Oh well, time to turn back and backtrack a little. This is just absolutely insane. I mean, there's cows living in the walls. There's, this lady over here. Oh, hey, there's the cow. Well, how convenient. Thanks for killing my jump momentum. I needed that. Oh! This is early. Alright, well I guess I guess I can use those. I think I remember there being boulders that I couldn't get before. Honestly, what were these guys on? Yes, the reject Zora. We all reject the Zora deep down inside of us. Aha! There was a cow hidden in there all along! Alright. Not sure what the significance of that was, but okay. I can't get through that. I'm just casually using bombs inside of a giant fish stomach. He's gonna get, like, really sick off of that. I'm the medicine you weren't supposed to take, giant fish. Hello. Seems to be another cow over there. I didn't think I'd ever have to willingly shoot cows for this game, but here we are. This game is nuts. Just keeps dropping Deku Nuts. What is the significance of the Deku Nut? Is there something I need to... Yeah, there's a lot of holes to fall through. I made the jump. I'm a lay professional. I wonder if I could just leave her here. Oh, okay, so it's there's electricity running through it. It really is the electric Boogaloo. I didn't think I'd actually meet them. I think I already shot this cow, but let's shoot it again. He's just looking down at me, judging me now. He's just like, you already shot me, man. What are you doing? There has to be something that way that I'm missing. It's like, as soon as I'm able to get the boomerang, I'm gonna just, like, open up so much more to this dungeon. But considering that the first chest wasn't a, not now, man. Not now. The fact that I made that jump. Oh, he just followed me all the way over here, didn't he? There's not, like, a way to get through that, is there? Oh, good, my shield is gone forever. No, you'll come back with the shield. No! I'll have none of yours! I wish I could do that. That would be funny. Just be like, hey, could you eat this, gentleman over here? And that's how you kill lizard men. There we go. I wish you could make the likes eat and other enemies. Oh. So I had to kill everything in here. Good to know. I just kind of sat back and shot a lizard to death, but okay. I'm not gonna judge. Oh, it's another big chest. This might actually be helpful. There's the boomerang. There we go. Now I can do more things in here. I'm doing it. I'm making progress. Boomer. Oh, boomerang. I was like, wait, what? Are you just making like some obscure meme reference or something? My brain is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. This is fine. I accept that fact. Not only do I accept it, I embrace it. Pop the bubble. Pop the bubble, get some hearts. Yes, I know, moo. How absolutely moving. That was a terrible joke. I'm terrible. I'm making cow jokes at their expense. Okay, bye, Rudo. I'm just gonna leave you there. How dare you! Wait, no. Alright. Yeah, I had a feeling I was gonna need to, hit you with that. This dungeon just keeps getting weirder. Oh, hey, boxes. Alright, well, I guess I can't go that way yet. I seem to distinctly remember that before you needed to carry Rudo through here. Because she helped with buttons. Oh, hey, cow. Alright, never mind. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, that's a like, okay. I could have just shot these things the whole time. Moo. Like, do it. Shoot me. Oh! Oh, again with this? Give me my shield back! That's fine. Oh. I think I need to bring up my sticks. I got my shield back again! Hooray for protection! It's also kind of annoying, because every time I have to get that back, I have to re-equip it. So come on, just let me have my shield. Let me keep it. And it conveniently gives me more sticks. I think I need this. I'm gonna borrow this. A lot of torch puzzles in these first few ones. Now I'm just causing stomach burns. That was just a practice throw, don't worry about it. That was easy. It didn't really do much. So I think it's gonna just more or less help with the lower floor than anything. Yeah, see, I said once I got the boomerang, things were gonna get a little easier in here. It's the green one. It looks like something Squidward would have had, just like it's Squidward's lost limb. Yeah, I can't imagine those are healthy to leave inside a giant fish. Then again, it's a Zelda dungeon, so I don't think they really care too much. It's just like, it's dungeon design, don't worry about it. Kill that bubble real quick. Yeah, just the thought of leaving stuff like that inside of a giant fish. Do I have to let these things hurt me to kill them? I feel like there's an easier way to do this. Oh, that actually did it. A lot of boulders, too. I've noticed that, like, they're using a lot more boulders and torches. There's like a lot of weird things in here. Alright, so maybe I just need, my bomb Pikachu. Can I have that, please? Can I have it? Imagine an exploding Pikachu. The water level went down and I'm still standing here. I'm magic. That Pikachu doesn't look too amused. Alright, well now that we're through that... Now that horrific incident of terror is over, let's proceed! Not now! Oh, that's probably what I need the crates for. No, you know what? Palm Pikachu can go away. The Skulltula tokens? Well, I didn't collect them in the original game because they weren't necessarily important for much. But it would have been nice to have them because, when I lost my red tunic last game, if I had a bigger wallet, I would have been able to buy a fresh one. But in order to get the bigger wallet, you need to collect, like, a certain amount of those. So, like, the tokens you get from them just give you extras later on in the game from, like, a specific location. Like, I think I only need to get, like, 10 of them for a bigger wallet, if I'm remembering correctly. Squidward tentacles. No chess. But yeah, in the game, if you collect all 100 of those gold Skulltula tokens, that gives you, like, every bonus from the Skulltula house. But, like, you have to collect all 100 of them in the game, and I'm not doing that. That's a lot. That's a lot to ask of Wolfy for a simple Ocarina of Time run. Now, if I was gonna 100% the game, then maybe, but... I think 100%ing any of the Zelda games would probably be more, like, closer to what I would do for Majora's Mask, but then again, that's still not 100%ing it. So I probably won't be collecting all the heart pieces. But because there aren't as many bosses in that one, I would probably collect a good number of them. But, like, I want to get more bottles, and I want to get more, I'm trying to think, like, what more is there that I can grab from them? Like, all the masks. Because, there's the Fierce Dating mask. I think there are gold Skulltula tokens inside of Majora's Mask as well, but they're like specific to certain areas of the game. Invisible bats. I didn't know there was going to be a segment where I needed Lens of Truth at any point here, but okay. Well, good to know I didn't really need to do much here. I mean, there's a gold Skulltula over there, but he's blocked by water, like a web. I don't think I can do a lot with him. But, simply put, the gold Skulltula tokens are just, like, rewards for doing, like, certain... like, collecting them. Like, you get special rewards. In Majora's Mask, they were more, like, getting certain, like, locations. Like, I think one of which was, the biggest wallet in the game. Alright, I need you to stay up there for, like, 2 seconds while I go do a thing. I don't know if I can make the jump from that. I could try. I could try. Also, I love how one of those Pikachu emotes is just like the meme on the shocked Pikachu face. That's a good one. Oh, I could have made that jump. Alright. Well, I tried a little too hard to get her up here. Oh, hey. Well, hey, good to know we found that. I feel like we're making the same pace as before. And it's just like, everything seems harder. But why Rudo? I don't know. Why Rudo? Why her specifically? Yeah, Jabu the fish. He swallowed your rock. I need that, by the way. I need to save the world with that. You know, just borrow it for like 5 minutes so I can save the world. Yes, Jabu the fish eats all and leaves no scraps for the small fish. Oh no, she's gone. Anyway. I just loved how I'm just generally dissing all over Naruto. That is way easier this way. I don't know why I was trying so hard the first time I did this. I just wanted to get a better look at your beautiful face. Oh, he just like turned around, alright. It's like, how dare you talk about my face? I just want to keep looking at your beautiful face. Pretty much nearly reaches him anyway. Hooked ya! Actually, that was a lot faster than before. See, I had a stratagem. I had an idea from before. I just want to make a quick reminder that I have no map this entire time. Okay, so these cows... Okay, so Rudo came up here, there was the giant octopus, and these cows were just sitting here going, yeah, this is fine, we don't need to do anything about that. Cows just didn't care. Cows never cared. Well, you didn't need to fall down near me. We could have been friends. All you had to do was, offer out your hand and say hello. There's just a whole cow down there now. Okay, I don't think I can shoot that one. Hi, Azarus, how's it go? Oh, hi. Get away from the cow! There's cows in a giant fish stomach, don't worry about it. It's just a very sad-looking cow. Master Quest is just batshit insane. Oh, okay, I needed to bring one of these with me. Nope. And nope. Be a dear and hold that for me, will you? Cal's just vibing. Oh hey, that's the chest I seemed to have brought up earlier. Well, now we can't say it's been totally useless. Just partially. Okay, so the boss room is right there. And I've gone through this entire damn dungeon without so much as a map. Wait, what? Oh. Be kind of a risk trying to get to it, but I want it. I want the pink guy. Yeah, could you come down here for like 2 seconds? Yeah, there we go. Alright, before those boar monsters get any funny ideas. Oh hey, I can get that. Is that just another cow? It just... Oh. Well, these cows are doing wonders in here. Yes, it's having a cow fit. Absolutely. There are 2 lakes in here, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't even like that once. There's just an abundance of fairies in this room. This game is just like, here, we've been doing a lot to you. Here, have some mercy. Oh. Oh, my headphones are, my headphones went out for a sec. That's weird. That's a little weird. Well, at least they're working now. Was the sound good for, like, the last 10 seconds? Because I think that might have just been on my end. Like, something happened. Someone tell me if the sound was just okay, at least. Anyone who's paying enough attention. Because, like, it looks like everything was working fine through OBS. Oh, the sound went out on OBS too? Because, like, the sound went out for, like... Oh, okay. So it did it on that end too. I am just getting hit with all these weird technical things. I don't know how to get through that. Let me have a look at... Alright. It looks like everything's working fine on OBS, so it might have just been like a small thing that happened. I mean, as long as it's working, I'm fine. I've killed everything in this room, and there's no way to open that door. Unless there's just like... Yes, I know that that thing is locked. Well, hey, good to know that I'm not going crazy. But, like, you can hear it still, right? You can hear the game, you can hear the cows mooing and things. You just hear the things doing their things. Anything on the ceiling? Probably. I mean, aside from that guy, but, he's gonna be kind of tricky. I didn't need to do that, but I did it anyway. Just so I could kill more things. Actually, yeah, let's look at the ceiling a little bit. Let's see if there's anything I need to shoot up here. Is it also popping? Alright. It might just be the music, and I'm thinking I'm hearing popping or something. I've been known to go crazy before. Can't really see anything over here. Was there anything over here that I needed to see? Well, hey, at least, you know, it's good to know that it's still working. Just gotta keep getting my practice boomerang throws in. There is not much in here. I swear I've searched every inch here. Because before there was a switch that opened that door and you just hit it with the boomerang and it was fine, but that isn't here anymore. I just had to shoot the cow again. These cows are gonna be the death of me in this dungeon, I swear. These cows. It's just like, just had to shoot the cow again. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Well, at least we know this fight won't be any more or less challenging. You're just a very, lovely boy, aren't you? I need to hit that real quick. I need to hit you. Alright, well, you're just being rude. I need to hit you. Yeah, it's totally not the electric Boogaloo. That Boogaloo is me. Oh! Yeah, a little too close for comfort there. Yeah, the electric Boogaloo somehow made it in. Okay, he's just being rude at this point. Say goodbye to your friends. Nope. If this is what the electric Boogaloo looks like, I don't want anything to do with him anymore. I thought the electric Boogaloo would have been nice. Hey, guess what? He's dead! I did it. I did the thing. And I got more hearts. She's just like, hands on her hips like, what took you? That's so not cool. Well, you left me to die from that octopus, by the way. I did nothing. Most appetizing death scene. No, that was the electric Boogaloo, not a jellyfish. That was the electric Boogaloo. See, the electric Boogaloo from the title came back to haunt me. Cause, totally not the electric Boogaloo. Totally not. Don't know what you're talking about. I just love how, like, one minute she's like, I hate you so much, and the next minute she's just like, can we marry? It's like, we are children, ma'am. I don't like the look you're giving me. Also, are those eyeballs on the side of your head? Do you just have those casually on the sides of your head? Why do they have eyeball things? Why does she have those? Like, she's the only Zora that looks like that, too. She's the only Zora with a T-shaped head. Although in Majora's Mask, there was another Zora like that, but that's because they used the same model and just slapped a dress on it. They, like, used the adult Ruto model and just slapped a dress on her. Precious possession, you don't know what she's talking about. You're just absolutely clueless. You're just a 10-year-old child. Why would I tell your dad? It just seems like I'm hitting all kinds of weird technical things with my streams lately. But hey, you know, at least it's still going. It's not like yesterday where it, like, disconnected completely. That's good. OBS is a fun little thing to use. I got to walk on the fish. See, I performed incredibly invasive surgery on the giant fish twice. This time I just found more crap in his stomach. And we got to meet the electric Boogaloo. So now we can confirm the electric Boogaloo is real. That... I don't know, that name? Nah, that's not his name. His name is Electric Boogaloo. I don't know what you're talking about. Nah, I'd rather not. I kind of wanted to T-pose dive into the water. Yeah, honestly, like, it's kind of like tsundere vibes, but, like, at the same time, it's not quite there. Because, like, you know, a tsundere character is actually kind of likable in some sense. Ruto's just not likable at all. Yeah, that's exactly why I do the T-pose dive. I'm asserting my dominance over the element of water. You just gotta assert that dominance. Kinda reminds me of, like... it was a while ago, but, like... there was, like, an event for, Fortnite, and, I was, like, in the event, but, like, a friend of mine was also in the event in another lobby, and he, like, sends me this picture of, like, a bunch of people T-posing at the main villain, and I'm just like, this is the biggest assertion of dominance I've ever seen, and I love it. They're just all asserting their dominance at a giant floating ball of death. Because Fortnite's one of those games where you can T-pose aggressively at people. Because that's what we needed in that game, is more memes. I mean, come on, that game has everything. It has bananas, it has fish, it has dabbing, and it has T-posing. Now, if that's not crazy as hell, I just don't know what is. Not to mention the, amount of other memes and meme-related things. Like all those, icon emotes that they seem to have. They're just, like, a bunch of weird TikTok dances. I'm one of those people that doesn't understand TikTok. Like, I've watched TikToks before in the past, but I just don't understand the point of TikTok. I'm weird. Like, I get it's, like, YouTube Shorts, but before YouTube Shorts existed, but, like, at the same time, it was just, like, I don't understand this at all. Yes, I just came here to repossess your horse, if that's okay. Let me introduce you to my friend. Yeah, she's absolutely adorable. I mean... let's sing together. I'd rather not sing. Yes, I'm gonna play the song. It's a lot of... would they call that reverb, or... I feel like reverb is more like an echoey thing. I'm not sure if I would call that reverb, but that's, like the waviness of her voice as she's singing. I'm not sure if that's called reverb. I used to know some of this stuff. I forgot all of it. Oh, vibrato, okay. Well, very nice vibrato, Melon. You did good. No, I don't want what you're selling. And there's just like a bigger horse that's like, don't mind me. Did I break Epona? I think I broke the poor horse. That poor horse. I'm just gonna leave her there. She'll figure it out eventually. She's young yet. Probably thinks, hey, I can see through that fence. Must mean I can walk through it. But in, like, reality, she's just, like, not able to do it. She just doesn't know what she's doing. Hey, it's not my fault the game went, yeah, this horse is, pathfinding is just completely borked now. It's not my fault. It's the horse's fault. The horse is just like, yeah, I'm just gonna... Can I... Yeah, there we go. I think there's a thing in here I can grab. No, you can say it's cold all you want, but that's kind of the fact of the matter. The horse just kind of decided to bork its own pathfinding, and I'm just over here going, well, I'm just here. I had nothing to do with any of that. I was just kind of there. It's the horse's fault for taking a liking to me. Yeah, you know what? I may as well collect a few of these before I meet Ganondorf, so that way I have, like, more of these for later. Because I know where a few are, at least. Because there's a couple on the river, and there's one up above Dodongo's cavern that I can get. Yeah, there's like a hidden little cove thing there. I'm actually gonna try to have more health this time. Because this is Master Quest, and the dungeons are battering me more. That should reset the horse's pathfinding a little bit. Okay, you weren't here for yesterday's stream. I asked chat in yesterday's stream if they were going to be getting, like, the next Pokemon games, like Scarlet and Violet. Did you plan on getting them? Or, like, one of them? Because I know you got Legends Arceus, and you seemed to enjoy that a good bit. This one's, like, more of a mainstream Pokemon game, so, like, it's a little more... Yeah. Because I asked chat yesterday if they were getting it, and you weren't here yesterday, so I kind of wanted to ask just more for curiosity's sake. I want to see if that was something you planned on getting at some point. Like, even if it's, like, not on release day. Ah, okay. You're waiting for, like... You're waiting to see if you get it for the holiday. Well, I mean... The holidays are coming up, and... Nintendo seems to have a pretty good, strategy going for, like... I mean, I guess that's, like, all game devs in general, but, like... It's releasing around the time of Thanksgiving. At least in the US. So, like, that's prime holiday shopping time. So, like... I mean... It's possible that you could get it as, like, a Christmas present or something. Like, someone could just be like, nah, I'm gonna cover you, it's fine. Here, have a copy of the game. Actually, I might need that chicken real quick. Packington, come over here. Packington, I need you. Packington just does not want to go. Because I think with Scarlet and Violet, they're bringing back some of the mechanics from Legends Arceus, like engaging Pokemon in the wild, but like you can't catch them in the wild without having to engage a fight with them. So it's kind of like a mix of Legends Arceus and whatever we had with Sword and Shield. And they just kind of tossed it all together. Also, I watched a video last night before, turning in for the night, and it had to do with Splatoon 3. For those who know about, a YouTuber named Scott Falco, he recently released a video about Salmon Run in Splatoon 3. And I was like, alright, he seems to do, decent enough analysis on how certain mechanics in games work. So I was like, yeah, for my own knowledge's sake, I went and watched it. It's like an 11.5-minute video. Okay, I need to bring the chicken all the way up here, apparently. Otherwise, I don't know if I'm gonna get that. But, there were some helpful tips in there that I think I'm gonna, like, try to use more for future salmon runs. Like how beating certain enemies will work. Because, like, before I was just like, yeah, let's just kind of go in guns blazing. Just, like, a little something to, try and improve my game a little bit. But, I also kind of heard, because I don't know if I learned this from the trailers or anything, but apparently there's, like, a rumored or, like, hinted new salmon run type mode that's going to be coming in, like, an update or DLC or something called Big Run, where it's just, like, it's salmon run, but on turf war maps. And it actually sounds really fun. And they're gonna, like, introduce more than just the Salmon King as a boss. So, like, it's probably gonna be more compact spaces, but, it sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I do enjoy Salmon Run, so it could be something to look forward to. It's probably, like, gonna come, like, in an update, or, like, they did hint at DLC for that game, so who knows? Yeah, why don't I do that while I'm also here? I'm gonna buy a couple magic beans from this magic bean man, because that's gonna help with, getting that Begoron sword. I'ma eat my product while selling it to you. Don't mind me. I'm just doing my thing. Funny how he's just, like, eating what he's selling. Isn't that kind of bad? Like, I understand if, like, you bought it first, because then, like, there's still a profit being made off of that. But, like, there's still the, like, if you're eating it without paying for it, that's essentially just stealing it. I think of all the crazy things. Also, funny number. How about some magic beans? Yeah, I think I was missing one before, but I did fine with that quest. I'm just kind of hoping that, like, the horse behaves this time around when I go to do that. Yeah, he is kind of weird looking. I think they brought him back in Majora's Mask, and he just does this, essentially the same thing. He sells you magic beans, but they don't go up in price every time you go to buy him. So they... Because, like, Majora's Mask, it's a completely different game from this, obviously, but, like, a lot of the assets they had for this game were just kind of flipped over for, that one. So, like, Ingo is, the Gorman brothers, so they just made 3 of his model in 3 different outfits. And just went, here you go, brothers. Because that's how that works. Like, they weren't even identical triplets, they were just, like, 3 brothers differing in age. Ah. I thought I saw something, like, out of the corner of my eye. I was, like, looking instinctively. I'm like, is something trying out to get me? It better not be. Alright, so I'm gonna plant this bean up here, and I think the next one I can plant on Death Mountain while I'm up there, because, there's, like, a bean patch there that makes climbing up part of that a little easier. Even though I did fine anyway. He's just vibing. Oh, I guess he's shy. Actually, I think that's the Skull Kid from Majora's Mask, so that's like the same character. Yeah, I think that that is the same Skull Kid. Okay. I had to, like, try and remember. He's just like, here, take this thing. There we go, that's another heart. I guess I don't need to go up to Death Mountain for that heart piece anymore, but, I probably will just for the sake of collecting it anyway. All the beans? Well, I'm planting the beans in specific locations throughout Hyrule. Because, you remember the big sword I had the last time I played through the game? Those help with that trade sequence a little bit. Because when you become an adult, those grow into platforms that levitate around and make traveling to certain specific areas easier. So, like, I'm planting them in specific spots that make the traversal parts of that trade sequence a lot easier to maneuver a bit. So it's just, like, to make that whole side quest easier. As well as getting the horse, because the horse is a lot faster. Because sadly I don't have Goron Link this time. If it was Majora's Mask, I'd use Goron Link, but I don't have Goron Link. That's another thing, you probably didn't play a lot of N64 games. The N64 Zelda games are a little crazy, because Majora's Mask has this big gimmick around masks, and there's like 4 specific ones in the game that change your shape. So like, there's Deku Link, there's Goron Link, there's Zora Link, and then there's Fierce Deity Link. And Fierce Deity Link you get by just trading in all the masks and playing hide and seek with a bunch of children inside the moon. It sounds like some drug-induced thing, but it's legit. It's legitimately how you get that mask. Is by playing hide and seek with moon children. And then talking to the Majora kid. Yeah, see, I remember more about Majora's Mask than I do about this game, but that's because Majora's Mask was more, like, defining to my childhood as a gamer with N64 games. And yeah, Majora's Mask is absolutely batshit compared to this game. Like, you think this game is crazy with certain things. You think a giant fish swallowing you is crazy? Try having a Skull Kid with a cursed mask bringing the moon on the world in 3 days. And if you don't do anything about it, everyone in the land dies. Game meant for kids. Not to mention all the mature themes it seems to touch on. And if you're one of those people that watch game theory, there was actually a really good game theory a while ago about it. Like, old game theory. That went, okay, well, each of the areas in Termina in Majora's Mask were, like, based on the stages of grief. Well, I mean, there's also a big mechanic with Majora's Mask, because the in-game world is set on a 3-day timer, that you have the Song of Time that just lets you return to the first day over and over. Oh yeah, that's right, someone actually decompiled this game that I'm playing now and made a PC port of it. They made a PC port of this game by decompiling the code and stuff. So, like, you can play with alternate tunic colors and alternate HUD colors. It's fun, and it also plays at a much higher frame rate from what I've seen. I Actually, I've been hearing gold spatulas along this path. I have bombs now. Let's go get some. Let's go get some guys. Let's go get some guys. Fine. Well, now that that's settled. Oh yeah, someone did make a PC port of this. I don't know necessarily how to get it, but someone did make a PC port of this. And I'm not talking about, like, the Unreal Engine demo that someone made. I don't know who made that one. And, but it's not that one. It's not the Unreal Engine port. It's just, like, a source code compiling thing. I think they did the same thing with Mario 64 or something. Oh yeah, that would be cool, to just, like, see high-def textures. I'm always kind of, like, weird when it comes to the 64 games, and I always want to see, like, higher-def versions of this game, or Majora's Mask coming out. So, like, when they released these games on, the 3DS, I was like, that's a good idea, I like this. But then they messed up a lot of the stuff in Majora's Mask 3D, like, Deku Link doesn't carry as much momentum when hopping over water, if you do the spin before doing that. And the Zora swimming is busted. Like, they did the same swimming as Twilight Princess. Oh, it's actually legal. Well, I mean, I'm playing this version because that's what I have available. But I mean, if it's something that you want, like, if you wanted to get that, there's that. There's also the Nintendo Switch expansion for the online that has this game as well. Not the Master Quest, but it has this game on it, and Majora's Mask. So if you wanted to play those, you could get them on that if you're willing to fork over enough money on a certain basis to have those. Or you can do what a lot of people do and just, like, find emulators for them. Because, like, a lot of people use emulators for games like that. Like, those kind of games. Hey, there's a big scary man on the horse. His face looks funny. Also, technically, I think this is the Ganondorf we get in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Oh, okay, so the Master Quest is probably unstable. Or, I think it's unstable. I don't know, I haven't tried the PC port. I don't have access to the PC port. But there's also, there's a specific emulator, I think it's called, Project 64. That's how you get, like, certain ROM hacks, too. Like, there's a couple I've used in the past, like, that I've played in the past, like, on an old laptop I used to have. One for, like, Mario 64 and one for Ocarina of Time. That were just, like, entirely different games from the original. Like, there was one that was, like, it was Mario 64, but it was Donkey Kong 64 levels. Ah, okay, well, you have, you get them good foods. And you fill that stomach with the good foods so that you can keep living. You can keep coming to these streams and hanging out and being a total awesome person. I don't know if, like, I don't know what specific ROM hacks they would port. Because there's quite a few ROM hacks for this game in specific. Like, there's one that has to do with, like, nighttime and vampires and such. I don't remember what it's called. And then there's the one I played on Project 64 called Zelda 64 Dawn and Dusk. And that one's very specific. Because, like, they wanted to make that one as an expansion. Like, a bunch of people that, like, aren't linked to Nintendo in any way. They were just like, yeah, let's make a Nintendo 64 disc drive expansion to Zelda 64 Ocarina of Time. But, like, it's not actually Ocarina of Time. And I think they actually got that working with an actual disc drive for the 64. So that's actually kind of cool. Alright, I will be seeing you later then. You have a good time. Like, I think Dawn and Dusk, I think they'd have to talk to, I think the main creator for that is called Luigi Blood. I don't know exactly, but, like, I think that's who created that. But, I think it's more like, it's just like a whole collaborative thing. And I do like seeing that for some of these games where they, like, they'll come up with, like, expansions or, like, entire ROMs. And, it's nice to see, like, a community come up around these games where people are like, oh, this is a good game, let's make a version of it with our own ideas. Oh, okay, so there's leftover code. I think Dawn and Dusk is, like, it's fan-made, but, like, it's still, like, it's that general idea of a disk drive expansion to this game. And they had that working with the original disk drive. Because they, like, just showed off that they had it working with an original version of the disk drive. Which, for anybody to have that in this day and age, where, like, that was already an obscure peripheral for, like, a more obscure thing. But, like, the fact that people have that and they're in functional condition is actually amazing. Oh, you've been playing Puzzle League. Is it just, like, puzzle mini-games, essentially? Because I feel like that's what that is. Because that's the vibe I'm getting from the name. It's like, I look at the name Puzzle League and I'm just like, is that what that is? Oh, speaking of the N64 expansion, I did try, Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards a little bit. It's a really fun platformer, because, like, you can suck up an enemy, copy his ability, take that ability, merge it with another enemy's ability, and come up with some crazy stuff. And it's a lot of fun. Like, I took a fire ability and a bomb ability, and it just made me a firework. And I think that's just actually really cool. I've played maybe a couple of Kirby games in the past, but, I feel like Kirby 64 is a little better than the other ones I've played. Because, like, I've actually had interest in playing it. First of all, I got more interest to play that one than the other ones. But, I think it's more, like, because, like, it's just, like, it's got this fun little quirkiness to it that, like, it seems like a really fun game. And it has that energy where it's just like, oh, that's a cute little game. Oh, okay, so it's a matching game. It kind of sounds like, I don't know if I want to say it's exactly like Dr. Mario 64, because that one's just like a really weird Tetris clone. But, like, that's the energy that's giving me. It's like Dr. Mario 64 is just like, it's Tetris, but the goal is more to just empty the thing with, well, I guess it's more like Tetris than I think, but like, because Tetris is about the same, but it's like, it's more of a weird Tetris, where like the things you're trying to destroy are like living things. Dr. Mario promoting the death of microscopic organisms, by the way. I think I said I tried the original Pokemon Snap recently, like, the other day. And, like, it's a lot of fun, but, like, part of the thing for me is, like, I'm used to the 3D models for the newer games, so, like, seeing the 3D models for the older games is kind of weird for me. And I'm not saying that, like, Pokemon Snap is weird, it's a fun game to play, but, like, seeing 3D models in that state is just kind of weird for me. Considering I started playing Pokemon with Generation 6. I'm not one of those people that started with, like, Gen 1 or Gen 4 and are just like, oh, Gen 1 best gen, or, Gen 4 or no other gen. I know there are people like that. I'm not one of those people. And, like, if you are, hey, that's cool. But, like, I'm more like, I started with 3D Pokemon, so that's kind of all I kind of worked with. Like, I don't know how older Pokemon games were, necessarily. Except for, like, I played a little bit of Pokemon Red on a 3DS, it was one of the Virtual Console titles. But, I don't know a whole lot about the older games, except for, like, I guess you could say BDSP is, like, the original Gen 4 games, but, like, with 3D slapped onto it. But, like, that's just kind of a general way of describing that, I think. Like, yeah, it's faithful enough to be considered a one-for-one with Diamond and Pearl. And I think that's also one of its bigger flaws, but, like, for someone like me who never started with, like, Gen 4 or never played Gen 4 before, like, this was my first time playing a Gen 4 game, so, like, the whole thing about, like, it being a faithful one-for-one remake of the original Diamond and Pearl didn't bother me as much. I know a couple people who were bothered by that, though, because, like, yeah, a lot of us were expecting, like, Diamond and Pearl, but with, like, Megas or, like, I guess Dynamax in this case, because that was, like, the gimmick this generation. But, like, it ended up being more like a one-for-one 3D remake of the original games. But, like, it would have probably made more sense to just make a singular game and make that, like, a remake of Platinum or something. But, like, I guess it wouldn't have made sense if, like, we didn't also have the remakes of Diamond and Pearl. Like, maybe we'll get a remake of Platinum. I'm not counting on it, but, like, it would be kind of cool if we got that as a remake. Or at least DLC. Like, make that DLC. Not like an entire game. Let's make that DLC. Because we're in an age where DLC is a thing. DLC has been a thing for years. Let's just make that a DLC for the games. And have it be like, oh, it's like a new game plus mode. Or like, if you wanted to deposit all your Pokemon into home, then just slap them into home and start fresh with, like, new game plus. And that's Pokemon, like, I don't know. What would you even call a Platinum remake? Just like Perfection Platinum or something? A lot of people do think that highly of Platinum, and like, I never played Platinum, so I can't, like, agree or disagree on that. But, like, a lot of people do speak really highly of Platinum, and that makes me actually want to try Platinum. But, like, I don't have a whole lot of means to, like, play Platinum. I got a 3DS, and I think I could just, like, get the original DS cartridge for that. Because I think I could just play it like that. and it would work fine. But I kind of also want to do that with, like, Gen 5 games, where I can just, like, get the Gen 5 games and play those off my 3DS. But, like, I feel like finding the carts for those is gonna be hella expensive. Oh, hey, yeah, there we go. Ultimate Platinum. There we go. Someone who's big braining remake titles over here. Game Freak, hire this guy. No, within reason. Speaking of Game Freak hiring people, I don't know if anyone's heard, but, like, I think they've been commissioning Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale, for more music for Scarlet and Violet. And I think that's really cool. Because he just started off as a simple indie game dev making Undertale. And now he's just, like, he's making music for a Nintendo game. That's actually quite a leap. I hope they're paying him well, because he deserves a lot for just the music composition. Like, I think he composed one track for Sword and Shield, and that was the Battle Tower. But I never used that music for the Battle Tower, so I didn't know it too well, but, like, I've listened to some of the music he's composed for Undertale, and it does sound pretty good. So, like, he's got good skill. That's entirely fair. If you want to work on your own game, that's fine. But I'm just saying, hey, you know, you came up with a bomber title for a Platinum remake. That should be, like, the de facto name for a Platinum remake. Though I know that there's, like, ROM hacks of Platinum. Just like there are ROM hacks of pretty much any game. Like, there's a ROM hack for Platinum. I think it's called Renegade Platinum? But I'm pretty sure it... Because, like, the thing is with Pokemon fan creations is that it's a weird gray area. Because, like, sometimes they're ROM hacks of existing games, and I think that's okay. But, like, a lot of it is, like, entire independently developed Pokemon games. And, like, those also exist. And, like, I've never played them, but, like, I know people who have played them. And I'm just like, well, I don't know what the area of, like, where that falls in that gray area. Because, like, I could play it, or something like that. Because, like, I want to do, like, some Pokemon challenges on the channel. Even if it's, like, simple Nuzlocke rules with, like, a base game. Like, I think I might do, like, a Nuzlocke of Shining Pearl at some point. Because, you know, it's the closest thing to a Platinum Nuzlocke I can do right now. Thing is, if I wanted to do, like, one of, like, a Nuzlocke of one of the 3DS games, I'd have to get a capture card for that. And that's also hella expensive. Because, like, it's not, like, simply hooking up a capture card to your PC and then hooking up HDMI cables to a console. It's like you're literally just modifying the 3DS itself so that you can hook that into a PC. And to get that done, like, you have to ship it either somewhere else in the country or somewhere overseas and wait weeks for them to do that. And then have them ship it back to you, and it's, like, really expensive to do that. But, like, I think there's a built-in capture thing for the 3DS. I'm not entirely sure, but, like, it's kinda crappy. Like, it doesn't capture at, like, the full capture rate that it should be. So, like, it's not the best option for it. But I think there is, like, a way you can do it without a capture card. But the capture card is the better way to do that if you wanted to do that, because, like, the capture card's gonna be better in the long run for that. So, like, it's more like if you wanted to invest money into that, then by all means, go ahead and do that. But, like, it's hella frickin' expensive. So it's more like a case-by-case basis. Like, I want to do it, But, like, another problem is it's expensive, and I don't necessarily have the money to just throw at a 3DS to get a capture card installed into it. Because I think it's like, it's not like the newest ones with the right thumbstick that are able to do that. It has to be like an older model for you to do that. And I think it's anywhere like, as far as US dollars, like, somewhere around $200 plus to ship it, have it modified, and shipped back. And I'm not sure if that includes shipping cost. But it is ridiculously pricey. Like, it's bonkers how expensive it is to just get a Nintendo 3DS prepared for capture like that. Like, it can be done, but it's hella expensive, and I don't have the funds to necessarily do that. If I did, then, you know, I would have had it ready to go by now. Because there are some 3DS games that I would love to stream on the channel. Like Fire Emblem. I have Awakening and Fates, and both of those are really good games. At least in my opinion. Some people have different opinions on Fates than I do. Because, like, Fates was the weird one in the series. Because it was basically just riding on the coattails of Awakening. And that's entirely fine, because Awakening did a lot for the series. It basically brought it from nearly dying. So, you know, thanks Crom, Robin, and Lucina for making Fire Emblem still exist. You guys are amazing. But, it's more like Fates was just kind of the weird title. And I'm not saying, like, weird as in, like, oh, these are just, like, absolutely bonkers. Because they are kind of bonkers games if you think about it. But, like, as far as Fire Emblem goes, Fates is a little outside of, like, what would be considered normal Fire Emblem because of the branching path system they decided to go with. Also kind of a bonkers system to go with, like, and this isn't me, like, taking a shit on Fire Emblem Fates, because again, I really love Fire Emblem Fates, but some parts of it were better than others. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the branching path system made things a little confusing to figure out, like, what route was actually canon to the story. And, like, once you had it figured out, like, it was like, okay, well then, what's the point of the other two routes if only one is canon? But, like, again, I really like Fates, and I like the characters in Fates. I don't care too much for what they do with certain characters in Fates, like my boy Ryoma. My boy Ryoma got played dirty in Conquest. And so did Takumi, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. That's because I kind of... I enjoyed the Hoshiden characters a little more, personally, but, like, I know people that enjoyed the Norian characters a little more, and, like, I'm not saying I don't enjoy the Norian characters. The Norian characters are great, but, like, it was more like, because if it isn't already apparent, I do like Japanese-themed things a little more. If you couldn't tell from my overlays and my background music, that I like that stuff a little more than, like, what Nor is, where that's, like, more of a Euro, like, a medieval Europe thing. So, like, it's the style of music and the style of, like, the architecture, the armor, and stuff. Like, just the overall, like, design direction for that sort of thing. I enjoy that a little more. So that's kind of why I enjoyed the Hoshido stuff a little more in Fates. But, it's not to say I didn't enjoy the, Norian stuff, because the Norian stuff was still good. Because it actually was... Because the way Fates was laid out, it had 3 branching paths where, like, the Hoshido route was easy mode, the Norian route was, like, hard mode, with no level grinding unless you had DLC. And, Revelation was just like, well, if you didn't want your bros and sisses dying in these modes, here you go. Have this one. This is better by leaps and bounds if you wanted absolutely nobody you cared about to die. I'm sorry, but in both of the other routes, aside from, like, because Revelations, I think only one minor character dies, but, like, as far as, like, the major royal characters, they did them dirty in the other routes. Because they're actually... I actually like their characters a little more. Unless it's, like, Xander, because I don't know what they did with Xander in the Hoshido route, but, like, there's, like, 2 totally different Xanders going on within that game. Where, like, Story Xander and Support Xander were, like, 2 totally differently written Xanders. So, like, it's kind of like a weird disconnect for that. So, like, Xander was just kind of a big bumbling idiot in the story. Unless it was, like, Revelation, because, you know, he saw reason. Somehow. But, like, in the Hoshido and Norian route, he's just kind of a bumbling moron. Because, like, in the Hoshido route, and I'm gonna try not to spoil too much for anyone who hasn't played them and want to play them, but he does something really stupid, I will say that. He does really stupid stuff without really thinking about it. He just doesn't think. And in the Norian route, he's just kind of straight up an asshole to you, at times. Especially, like, at the end of the game, when, like, you've been going through the entire campaign with them, and they just don't trust you by the final battle, where you're just like, oh, hey, guess what? Father is secretly a demon. We have to purge him back to hell where he belongs, and your siblings are just like, the hell you talking about, dude? Are you suggesting treason? So, like, Xander was written really weird for the story. And that's not to say he's far from the only one, because, like, there were other characters that were written kind of weirdly. I think now's a good time to take, like, a quick 10-15 minute break, get some stretching going, and just kind of do some stuff to just, you know, make sure I'm nice and loose, stretched out. So I will be back in, like, 10-15-ish minutes, depending on what happens. And when I get back, we'll keep going for a little bit. So I will be back. Alright, and I am back. We are back to business. Also, hey, good job. You beat the single player. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear. Let's I have to reopen it cuz like yeah, there we go. But but yeah, going on what you said, I do apologize if I left right as you posted that, Skipper. But you know, it's a weird timing, but I'm gonna take some time to like, cause I want to get back to that a little bit. Yeah, I suppose like yeah, in their defense, that kind of news would shock anybody. Be like, hey, guess what? Your dad is secretly Satan. He needs to be banished. Can you help me out with that? I'd be like, are you okay, Corin? Are you just... is everything alright? Just kind of looking at Corin funny. I mean, they kind of... I mean, I guess Revelations wasn't perfect either, because, like... Yeah, it's the canon route, so, like... Wait, I already cleared this part. What am I doing back here? Yes, you are words. But, in Revelation, like... They did the whole King Garen thing a little dirtier than I would have preferred them to do, because, like... He was a big plot point for, like, 2 of the routes. And for them to, like, just kind of sweep him under the rug like he just didn't mean anything was just like, okay, yeah, alright. I see how it's going to be. But, like, they did a lot of the characters dirty in that one. But it still ended up kind of being at least a good game. And it's a game I go back to once in a while, because I do enjoy the game. Because the story is actually a good story. It's a good story. I think if I had to pick, like, a non-royalty character as, like, my favorite character, I think my favorite non-royal character would probably be, like... I don't know why, but, like, whenever I think of, like, non-royal characters, the first one that comes to my mind is Arthur. And that's, I think, yeah, he's one of Elise's retainers. And he's just, like, the big chin man. He's just... He is Chad. He's the Chad of the group. And he just talks about justice. And, like, when I was in school with my friends, like, in college, like, a couple of us, like, we played Fates, and we had a running gag for Arthur, because he talked about justice, and there was, like, a joke weapon called the frying pan. We just gave the frying pan to Arthur and went, "The frying pan of justice!" And that was just, like, a war cry for him. And it was, like, it was a really funny thing. So, like, we had our own fun with Fates. Because, like, Fates also had some really low points, like, with some of the characters. Like, and I'm talking specifically the child units in that game. Because, yes, even the frying pan is words. But, the child units, like, they're okay on their own, but the fact that they were child units, like, again, this game was riding on the coattails of Awakening a little bit. But, God, I'm, like, trying to gather my thoughts on that a little bit. Aside from, like, maybe Kana and, like, a couple of other of the child units, a lot of the, child units in Fates were a little disappointing. Like, yeah, it was fun to make really broken sets with, like, marrying parents around with other parents of other areas with different skills because of how that worked. But, like, some of the child units were a little disappointing. Like, excepting, like, maybe a small handful that I actually really enjoyed. Like, most of them were kind of disappointing. And I'm talking mostly, like, the carryovers from Awakening. Like, the ones that were based on Awakening characters. Because those characters didn't need to come back. Like, we got Lucina from, like, an amiibo, and that's fine, because the amiibo exists. So, like, it's perfectly reasonable to say, hey, I have a Lucina amiibo, which I do have a Lucina amiibo. But, like, I want to have Lucina in my army. Let's actually scan the amiibo and do that. Like, that's a reward for going out of your way to have that. But, like, carrying over Tharja, Cordelia, and Gaius from Awakening, like, they were big characters for that game. Like, really popular characters. But I don't think they needed to be carried over as child units for Fates. Because that's, again, like... Again, Fates rides on the coattails of Awakening a bit. But, like, that's kind of on the nose as far as that goes. Because, like... Because you got Rajat, Asagi, and Kaldori. And they were just, like, the original names of the characters just rearranged to make new names. Which, I suppose, like, for creativity's sake, like, yeah, they're characters that are carryovers from the previous game, and that's fine. But, like, it's again, it's more like an on-the-nose sort of thing, where, like, they didn't need to bring those characters back, because they're carryovers. But at the same time, they gave us literal carryovers from Awakening with, like, 3 of the Norian characters. So, like, literally 3 of the characters that exist in the game are literally carried over from the previous game. So, like, that bit, I'm a little about. Yeah, these guys are really glassy. Like, a simple implement of grabbing distant objects can kill these guys. I imagine if I had the bow, it would be a little easier. And, like, I'm not gonna, you know, say if you like Raja, Asagi, or Kaldori, that, like, you're wrong for liking them, because that's kind of a dick move to do. Like, you don't want to, like, go, hey, these characters are completely invalid. It's just I personally don't like them. But, like, if you like them and you enjoy them, then that's cool. That's good. Because at the end of the day, like, the characters of a Fire Emblem game basically build the game into what it is. Oh! Well, that was very rude. That's what's called revenge. It's sweet. But, most of the other characters that made it into Fates, like, as, like, the new characters, those characters are fine. Yeah, they didn't do a lot of damage for being such big dudes. But, like, clearly the royal units were the units to go with in any given run, because they have the best skills and stats. Like, if you wanted healers, like, Sakura and Elise were just, like, the go-to healers. Like, if you used anybody else, like, you were either crazy, or you actually had good sets for them. that's not saying, hey, if you wanted more healers, don't do that, because you can absolutely go with more healers. Because I think one of Corrin's promotional classes is a healer class, as, like, a secondary. But, like, for, like, top-tier healer characters, Sakura and Elise were, like, the best characters for that. Which is fine by me, because they were really good characters. I enjoyed them. They're adorable and deserve head pats and lots of love. Is it just me, or is, like, the game lighter for some reason? I feel like that's, like, a visual thing with the game. Nobody said these games were perfect. Just good. But then again, like, I took a shit on Xander, but, like, he's a good unit. Because, like, if you wanted a good Cav unit, he was literally that. He was literally just a Cav unit that destroyed everything. But, like, it was very clear that when they went to make the royal characters that, like, some did come out a little better than others. And it's very clear because, like, Hinoka and Camilla, while I enjoy their characters, they didn't come out the best. But, like, they're still royal characters, so they still get to be the best characters in the game. They still get to be the best units that you'll ever have. Okay, yeah, the game was lighter for whatever reason. Thanks, Sheik, for fixing that. Sheik is secretly, IT, I guess. Oh no, yeah, Sheik is totally hiding something. Maybe they're hiding the electric Boogaloo. You know, the thing I killed before. Oh, no Wolfos in the first room? I was, like, absolutely prepared for Wolfos. You know I'm conditioned for this temple when, like, I'm expecting a specific enemy type right off the bat in this dungeon. You can tell I've played this game a number of times before. And again, like... And I don't like to bash the characters too much, because, like, the characters were good in Fates. Some got more care than others. And that was very clear, because, like, they're trying to balance a story between Corrin, Azura, and, like, 8 different siblings. So, like, you're balancing the entire story around, like, 10 characters. And, like, you can make that work, but, like, more often than not, like, it doesn't always work. And, like, Fates is, like, in that weird middle ground where, like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, well, you have a good one. You get some good rest, and, yeah, we can talk more about maybe having you on stream at some point. But, I feel like the characters that got some of the best development out of the, Hoshiden and Norin Royals were, like, characters like Sakura, Elise, Ryoma, Xander, Leo, and Takumi. Like, and that's not to say that Camilla and Hinoka didn't get development. It's just that because they were relegated to, like, the big sister archetype, that, like, one was literally Ara, and the other was Tomboy. And that was, like, their entire character. And, like, there's nothing wrong with having an Ara character. You can write an Ara character right into a story. Because, like, Camilla had some high points, but she also had some real low points. Yeah, I'm like suspicious of the game for not putting the Wolfos in. I'm like expecting the game to do one thing and it doesn't do it, and then I'm just like, wait a minute. I heard something crawling around in here. I wanted to check that out. Oh yeah, that would be it. Ah, I get what you mean. Yeah, psychological warfare, yeah. Yeah, see, wink. But, like, the way some of the characters were written, like, sometimes they seem like themselves, and that's good. But other times, they don't seem like themselves. And I'm specifically referring to Xander again. Because Xander needs to get his shit together. Really, in the middle of a hallway. In a small hallway. Really. I can see where that would technically be harder a little bit. Wait a minute, this room? That's a little weird. But, I feel like out of all 8 royal characters, like, Camilla probably got the worst end of it. Because, like, for her being the Ara character, like, they didn't develop her a lot outside of being the Ara character. And, like, it's fine to have an Ara character, but, like, I kind of like to have a character that has more to them than just, I have big booba, and I'm, like, this picture of, like, what a man can drool over. Like, there's gotta be more to an Ara character than that. And, like, again, that's not me totally dissing Camilla, because she does have good points in the game. But, like, out of all the royal characters, she did get it the worst. And I don't like to say that, because, like, I do enjoy Camilla a bit. Because Camilla can be a good character. But it's also kind of, stunted by the fact that she practically obsesses over Corrin, and only Corrin. And, like, it shows up in a lot of her, supports. Where, like, she's like, okay, well, I'll trust you, but only if my dear sweet Corrin does. And, like, yeah, that can work, but, like, there's gotta be more to her than just Corrin all the time. Because, like, yeah, Hinoka's kind of in the same boat. I feel like, honestly, that, like, well, that's a valid point you're making. I'm not sure if that had a lot of influence over Camilla's writing as a whole. Because, like, Camilla's writing, like, granted, like, the writing of the game isn't perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect. It has some flaws to it. But, like, you can tell that when they went to do Camilla for the story, that all they were really interested in with her was making her into the character that everyone would ogle. And, like, there's gotta be more than just that. Because, like, Hinoka's also in the same boat of being, like, the doting older sister. But, like, it doesn't come off creepy like it does with Camilla. Because, like, Camilla can be written well, and I have seen some well-written Camilla in the past. Because, like, I'm weird, and I read some fanfiction once in a while. Well, yeah, that's probably the case. But, like, then again, the game is primarily played by people who, like, either like strategy games, like me and, like, several people I know, or, like, people who play games like that for the waifu potential. And, like, it's fine to play a game for a waifu potential, because, like, I'll do it from time to time. I like waifus in games. Waifus are great. And waifus deserve more than just being regulated to, like, stereotypes and stuff. But, like, essentially what I'm saying is, like, make a waifu character that's there more for the sake of just being a character than just being bouncing money bags. And I say bouncing money bags, and it's kind of like a weird choice of words for me. Sometimes I have weird choice of words. Well, yeah, it could just be like... Because again, Fates was writing a lot on the coattails of, Awakening. And Awakening had, like... Because, like, Awakening was a good game, and it saved the franchise, and it did a lot of things very well. And, like, the characters were very well fleshed out. Like, Lucina was really well fleshed out. I enjoyed her arc. I enjoy her as a character. She's a lot of fun. But, like... It's more like... I feel like with Fates, they were maybe trying a tad too hard to be like Awakening. Because, like... Oh, there's the Wolfos! They moved him in. I found the Wolfos. But, like... As far as the writing goes for the characters in Fates, like, the characters that got some of the worst writing were the doting older sisters of the respective families. Because, like, their entire character was, I only want Corrin to be safe. To hell with everybody that gets in the way. And to hell with anyone who thinks they can do our job. And, like, you can make that into a really well-established character. And I want to see them do that. I wanted to see them do that. Because... And this is another problem I also have with, like, Ryoma and Takumi. Not so much Elise and Sakura, but, like, they also have a little bit of that problem. Where, like, it's all about Corrin. And literally nobody else. It's, like... And, like, I get it. Corrin's the main character. And Corrin's the avatar character. So, like, it makes sense that they would obsess over you. Because you're, like, the center of their world. But, like, at the same time, like, you could have done more to give them some dimension. Like, you can write really good characters with them. And it would work. But, like, the older sister duo got it the worst. But, like, literally everybody is just like, oh, what about our Corrin? You know? And, like, I still enjoyed Corrin. This is just me spouting off random nonsense that I feel like, you know, this is how I feel. Like, I can't stress enough that I really loved Fate and the characters. And there isn't a whole lot about it I would change, but, like, if there was something I could change, it would be, like, the way some of the characters were written in the game. So, like, they actually come off more like themselves, like they're supposed to. Also, this is really heckin' early to get this. I haven't even gotten the bow yet. I haven't even gotten the bow and I have this item already. Oh god, it's Master Hand! Also, and this is, like, another thing I find with, like, the character of, Garen, is, like, yeah, keep him as a center point for the game, because, like, he's literally the, king of the enemy land in, like, both campaigns. Okay, yeah, this is just gonna be a pain in my ass. There we go. But, like, Garen is, like, he's the center of, like, 2 of the 3 routes. Like, you spend a majority of the time in 2 of the 3 routes literally just building up resources and armies, just so that, like, at the end of it all, you just essentially go to fight Garen anyway. And, like, yeah, it's not a bad thing to have that, because, like, he was, in some points he was, like, a good villain, but, like, at other points he was kind of a bad villain. Like, and that's not to say that Anankos was any better. Anankos was literally just like, I wanted to destroy everything, and also I'm a big dragon. Because, you know, we have to make our quota for a big bad dragon of the game. Yeah, that's fair. But, like, no, I'm just talking specifically Fates right now. Oh, so that's how you untwist that. Oh, and it gets rid of that. Because, like, some of the other characters that weren't like the Royals had potential to be good characters too, but, like, there wasn't enough room in the writing for them. Like, I'm gonna say, like, one character they put a lot of stock into in the early game, or even, like, the late game for one route, was, this man named Izana. And he's, like, a fortune teller, but, like, they put so much stock in him for all 3 routes, and, like, more often than not, he either dies or just isn't utilized well enough. Like, yeah, he's basically a plot device, but he drives the plot forward. So, like, his existence isn't bad as a whole. It's just, like, he straight up just dies in one of the routes because he's just like, well, I tried to do this thing you asked me, but, like, it was so overwhelming to my senses that I just couldn't do it. Like, for too long. But, like, I feel like the characters that got, like, the best writing out of everyone in, like, among the royal siblings were probably the younger ones. Like, the youngest. Because, like, yeah, they're, like, the cutesy, you want to give them head pats kind of characters, but they were more consistent through all the routes than literally any of the other characters in the entire game. So, like, when you had, like, Ryoma, who is just like, yeah, in one route, he trusts you wholeheartedly and just makes you a general in his army. And then and like, 2 of them, he just comes after you with, like, this raging fire, and he is a force to be reckoned with, by the way. Like, he is a scary man. He is a very scary man. But, like, out of all the characters Sakura and Elise got the best writing out of the royal siblings. And that's not including, like, Korin and Azura. Because, like, it was very clear that they were setting Korin and Azura up for, like, something huge for that one. And a lot of people will be like, oh, well, they were setting them up as, like, a couple very early on. And, like, yeah, I can see where some people come to that conclusion. Yeah, that's fine. But, like, for me personally, it was more like, I didn't see the romance side of that. Like, I didn't understand where people saw that. And that's probably just because I'm kind of dumb. Like, I don't clue into things very well, more often than not. Like, sometimes I have to have things explained to me. This is just how I've always been. Well, it says I have to go this way. Well, at least this dungeon doesn't have cows in the walls. That was really weird. But no, Skipper, if you're still here, feel free to put in your 2 cents if you want to, because, like, I know you probably, yeah, you played the game, so, like, you would probably have a very well-informed opinion of everything, kind of like I do, like, where, like, we could actually, like, make a whole thing out of, like, a discussion of it. And, like, that could be fun. But, like, if you want to, like, voice your opinion, that, like, I welcome that. In fact, I'd actually kind of appreciate that, because then, like, then it doesn't feel like I'm just preaching my opinion of the game to anybody. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I won't fault you for, like, half paying attention to, like, with the hour that it is. Because I'm pretty sure it's, like, I think it's about the same time zone for you as it is for me. Ah, okay, so you've also been a little preoccupied. That's cool. Well, I hope I haven't been saying anything that's, like, too terribly offensive or anything. I'm just kind of, like, making idle chit-chat while I'm trying to figure out what the hell I need to do here. Because I'm missing a key that I need. It's like, I've seen plenty of things that have had, like, different varying levels of writing. And I'm not gonna list them all, because that would take a while. But, like, Fates is far from the only thing that could use a little bit of a hand in that. But, like, on its own, Fates is okay. Plus, it's not like I'm saying anything terribly, like, toxic or nothing. I'm just kind of making, again, I'm making idle chatter while I'm playing a game. Because it kind of gives me something to, do other than, you know, mindlessly wander around this dungeon trying to figure out where I need to go next. Yeah, that was kind of a, like, yeah, like, going back to that, like, they introduced these characters, like, especially, like, and I feel like they pushed it a little harder with Hoshido, where they were just like, these people are your siblings, you have to love them like your family, but then then they just kind of leaned really hard into, they're not actually your siblings, by the by, they're just kind of there. Because, you know, they love you unconditionally like a family really should, but, like, I do agree, like, that angle is a little bit weird. Especially, like, in Azura's case, because she actually is family. And it's kind of weird because, like, and I get that, like, back in the days where, like in more, like, I don't want to say medieval, but, like, around that sort of era of time in our history, like, royalty did that more because, like, it was more, like, trying to keep the bloodline pure as possible. So, like, I get that. But in modern-day perspective, Corrin x Azura is just... it's a little weird, in my opinion. And they go out of their way to go, well, by the way, you two are cousins. Have fun. I do like that, like, for as kind of weird as Revelations was, that, like, the characters all becoming friends at the end was kind of a nice little touch, even if it was just kind of like an ex machina sort of thing. Yeah, it's Mystical Fantasy Land. It's... things work a little differently in Mystical Fantasy Land. Hey Z, how's it going? We're over here, mostly me, but like we're talking about Fire Emblem Fates. While I'm trying to figure out how to progress this dungeon. But like, yeah, because like in medieval Europe, like close blood marriages were pretty much more, like, they were way more common back then. And, like, that was then, but this is now, and, like, these games... And this is far from, like, the only cousin-to-cousin relationship in more modern Fire Emblem games. Because, in Awakening, you can actually marry Lucina and Owain, and those two are actual cousins. Like, they are blood relatives. And you can marry them. The Crazy Swordsman and Lucina. Yeah, Camilla's, like, way too attached. Because at least with, like, Hinoka, like, in the, Conquest route, like, yeah, she has some kind of attachment to you, but she didn't grow up with you, so, like... it's not as crazy with Hinoka, but it's more crazy with Camilla, because Camilla's just way too obsessed. And it makes marrying her in the game a little weirder, because, like, then it just kind of gets yandere vibes, and, like, I can respect people who like yandere characters, that's totally fine, if that's your thing. It's not my thing, so, like... for a yandere archetype, like, I don't really like the yandere typing. Actually, on the topic of, Camilla's attachment, I remember watching a video a while ago. I don't remember who it was, but, like, they were going over the psychology of Camilla, and... well, crap, I died. Well, good thing I have 2 fairies. But, it went over, like, Camilla's psychology a little bit. And, like... just more, like... how she kind of became unhealthily attached to Corrin. And how Corrin betraying Nor just is, like, this... thing that sets, like, a whole series of events in motion for her, where she just becomes a complete psycho. Some dere types are a little better than others, like, there's Tsundere, which is a little better, because at least that's not, like, absolutely obsessed to the point where she'd kill people to have you all to herself. Because that's 100% Camilla. She's 100% yandere. Like, I actually do like the tsundere archetype, because, like, yeah, they come off as kind of bitchy, but, like, in the same respect, it's more, like, with the psychology of them, like, yeah, it's more they just have trouble expressing that part of their emotions, like, they love you, but, like, they have such trouble expressing it that it almost quite literally frustrates them. So, like, that's the entire point of a tsundere. Well, maybe not the entire point, but that's, like, major, like, tsundere. Yeah, they can. And I suppose that's also, like, maybe a flaw in some of the ways they're written. Like, I think the best tsundere character is, like, a Fire Emblem character, Severa. Because she's not abusive, she's just kind of snarky half the time. But, like, she genuinely cares for her friends. And it does show a lot with, like, how she behaves. So, like, she's a better example of a tsundere character. Like, probably a little better than someone like, God, I don't know a lot of tsundere characters off the top of my head. There are well-written tsundere characters. That's what I'm saying, essentially. It's harder to say that for a yandere character, at least in my opinion. Like, I know people that are into the yandere characters, and that's fine. You can be into yandere types. Right, it makes sense that you were more interested in the gameplay, because that's it's a strategy. It's a turn-based strategy RPG. Like, yeah, it's okay to be attached to, like, a specific character, because, like, marriage is a thing in this game. But, like, back to what I was saying before, it's harder for me to say that there's a good yandere character. Because, again, like, I don't like the yandere character type myself. Like, it's okay if people do, because I know people that do. And that's entirely fine. But, like, for me, I don't like the idea of someone being, like, compulsively murderous. Like, where they would just, like, at the drop of a hat, just become a complete psycho. That's entirely fair. But hey, you can like Elise. Elise is cinnamon bun, and she does deserve all the love in the world, but so does Sakura. Because they are both cinnamon buns, and I do enjoy both of their characters. Also, I don't know what it is, but, like, I guess it's more for me, like, the shyness for me is also kind of adorable. I like the shyness. Shyness is adorableness. And, like, that's entirely fair if, like, people don't like shy characters. Because, like, for Elise, she's just really outgoing, so she's just really friendly. But, like, I enjoyed Sakura a little more, but that's just kind of my perspective on it. But there were other characters I did enjoy from that. If I can find some of those videos on, like, Xander and Camilla, I might link them to you, or, like, link them in the Discord. Because, they're honestly very good to watch, because they're, like, very good character analyses on, like, those two in particular. Actually, I wanna, if I haven't already said my least favorite, Fates character, I wanna say my least favorite Fates character is Iago, because to hell with him. I don't like him. And that's good, because you kill him in all the routes anyway. It's fine. It's okay to hate Iago, because you kill him anyway. Yeah, he just, like, he contributes very little to the story, but I still hate him. Especially because there's, like, a mission right at the end of Conquest where he has a staff that can just, like, nullify your movement. Iago, in Fire Emblem Fates, Iago is King Garen's right-hand man. But yeah, exactly. Iago just doesn't contribute a whole lot. I feel like Hans contributes more to the story than Iago does. And Hans is just a crazy, murderous man with an axe. And it makes it even weirder because, like, in Fire Emblem Warriors, they brought Iago back. And he was such a non-character that, like, oh no, I guess we had to have our token evil dark mage from one of the 3 games we pulled characters from. How did I climb that? Yeah, he just kind of... Well, no, we're talking Fire Emblem Fates. That's specifically what we were talking about. I think the only other Iago that exists in any form of media is the bird from Aladdin. And he's actually kind of cool. Like, he was actually kind of a nicer character, at least from what I got from the writing of that one. Ah, okay. It's just Iago's like really weird in Fire Emblem. Cause like when they pulled characters for Fire Emblem Warriors, and like that's another game I enjoy is Fire Emblem Warriors, but like one of my biggest criticisms of Fire Emblem Warriors is that they only pulled characters from 3 games, and 90% of the cast comes from Awakening and Fates. Yeah, and he's a bird. But, yeah, most of the... And, like, that's not a problem too much, like, if you like the Fates characters. But, like, for me, it was a bit of a problem because, like, there's a lot of Fire Emblem games. And the most recent Warriors just pulled from 1 game, but that's because it was, like, a side game to 3 Houses. And they've been giving 3 Houses a lot of love the last few years. Like, a lot of love. Like, it's kind of crazy how much love they've been giving 3 Houses. And that's not saying that it's bad, because 3 Houses is a good game. And I absolutely recommend it. But, like... I was kind of hoping if they did another Fire Emblem Warriors game that it would have more with other characters from the series. Because part of the problem with Fire Emblem Warriors was, like, yeah, it was a diverse cast, but outside of that, it wasn't, like, diverse enough. Because, like, I think they only pulled mainly from Shadow Dragon, Awakening, and Fates. And, like, that's fine, because at least, you know, you get that series mascot Marth showing up. It's like, Marth being around, that's fine. Lucina, Chrom, Robin, they're fine. Corrin's fine, but, like, you didn't really need to include all the royal siblings from Fates. And, like, they kind of fixed it a little bit with the DLC, but, like, I'm putting that very loosely because, I wouldn't say so much fix as much as, like, just kind of like, it was more like they just threw the characters in and went, here you go. Because, like, we got... And what's crazy is the DLC gave us more characters from Shadow Dragon, Awakening, and Fates. So, like, we still got all those characters. And yeah, that's entirely fair. Because, like, I know that you enjoy Elise, and I'm not gonna sit here and dump all over Elise, because she's actually one of the better written characters in the series, at least in my opinion. And, like, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me personally that they pulled, like, 70% of the cast of warriors from Fates. Like, give us Roy and Ike at least. That would have actually been a little better if they actually included them too. Because they actually are staples. As well as, like, characters like, Hector. Like, they included Lynn as, like, DLC. And Lynn's perfectly fine, because, like, she's from a whole other game entirely. And, like, they brought Celica from, like, the, I'm thinking it's the Shadows of Valentia game, not, like, the game that Valentia is basically a remake of. Even though it's the same character anyway. But, like... It would have been nice to see, like, a much broader cast. Because, like, honestly, like... It would have been nice to see more of the staples showing up. I feel like I'm missing something here. There's gotta be a way to break that rope. There isn't, like, any fire around. See, and you don't get the fire arrows till later, so it's not like... I mean, I guess you could get them, but, like, that involves having to clear the water temple. Like, that's literally the only reason you can get them. But, like, give us more of the lords from the other games. And, like, the original characters from Warriors were fine. Except for Rowan, I didn't really care too much for him. That's just kind of because he kind of felt like a cheap knockoff of, like, if Naruto and Marth had, like, a weird child. Like, that would be Rowan. 100% Rowan. But, like, Leanna was fine, because she actually made more sense as a character for me. Darius hardly contributed to the story much, but, like, you kind of always got the sense that he was there. At least in spirit. And, like, Darius was a fine character and all, but, like... We just did not get a lot of the original characters, because this was more... It was kind of like what the original Hyrule Warriors was, where, like, it was basically a big-ass fan service game. And, like, that's fine once in a while. You can do fan service games like that. Because, I mean, we got high-definition Camilla over there. You know, for all those guys. And, just, like, high-definition versions of, like, favorites from the last few games. And, like, the first game. Also, the Dark Mage from the Shadow Dragon series... He was kind of funny looking, not gonna lie. Like, I get that he was probably, like, off of that toadish dark wizard archetype that exists in, like, a lot of movies and shows. But, like, he's not easy on the eyes at all. Even in high definition, he's not easy on the eyes. But, like, you can hardly say the same for Iago or Valadar. Because, like, Iago, he had the weird face mask, and he was just kind of this weird mugging man. And Valadar was just kind of like, oh, you're messing with destiny, how dare you! Okay, yeah, I need to get the key for that. And I don't know where it's at. I feel like I need to find more things out in the world. I feel like I'm way underprepared for this dungeon. I don't... Because, like... Farore's Wind you get from, like, outside the ice cavern. And that's, like, a good place for that. Because you actually do need it for the water temple. To make that easier on you. But, like... I don't know if Din's Fire would reach that webbing that I saw earlier. And it's not like there's any torches around, so it's not like I can, like, makeshift, like, an arrow out of fire or anything. As far as characters from games, though, like, going back to Fire Emblem a little bit, I did enjoy the Awakening cast a lot. I'm not sure if I enjoyed them any more or less than, like, the Awakening characters, because, like, the Awakening cast was still good. But, like, the Fates cast was, like... God, I'm getting all jumbled up. Like, the Fates cast was good. That's what I'm trying to say here. But, like, the Awakening cast kind of performed a little better. If that makes sense. Like, they absolutely performed better. I just want to have a look over here. Can I do that, game? Yeah, because I'm just kind of going in circles at this point. But yeah, it would have been nice to see Roy and Ike in that format of, like, a Warriors-type game. But no, instead we get them in Smash Bros, and we just kind of have to accept that that's the thing we got. And I understand not everybody plays Smash Bros. It's just... It would have been nice to see Roy and Ike get representation in a game that isn't Smash Bros. Or even Hector, because, like, Hector's a favorite in the Fire Emblem community. And he's just a man with a big axe. He's a man with a big axe. He's a big axe man. Also, another reason I feel like Takumi was shafted in particular was because, like, what happened to him in Conquest. Because that was just unfortunate. Like, they did the characters dirty in some way, shape, or form in one way or another. Like, it doesn't feel as dirty, like, with Awakening, though. Because, like, with the Awakening cast, it feels like they did good. I'm trying to see if there's, like, a way I can, like, get up here with something. Alright, so there's not really much in here that I can use. There's not even a torch stance anywhere. I feel like I'm quite literally stumped on this one. And it's sad, because I have the boss key already. Oh, there's another eye switch. Why didn't I see that before? This one might actually help me. Why didn't I see that before? Alright, looks like we've got more going on here. Yeah, I can't really see up there. I don't know how I'm gonna get up there, though. That's a really weird spot. Hey, do you mind? Now, can you just stay there? Oh, I absolutely do. I don't know how that would have helped, or how that's supposed to help. Yes, it's a very nice number. No, I don't want to. I just like the song. Okay, so things happening. Things are happening. I don't understand. Oh! See, it's nice that I looked around a little bit. God, these controls are really sensitive sometimes. Okay, you need to die. But yeah, I feel like I enjoyed Awakening a little more, but that's just because, like, there wasn't as many plot holes, and there wasn't, like, stuff that didn't make sense strewn about everywhere. So, like, Awakening just kind of came off as a better executed game overall. And again, I'm not saying, well, Fates is a terrible game, because again, I enjoyed Fates, but like, I feel like there would have probably been a little more to enjoy if it wasn't like, if it didn't come out with like as many plot holes as it did. Well, hey, there we go. Now I'm finally making a little bit of progress here. That's always satisfying. Then I just kind of ultimately feel bad for Lucina, because her life is just an absolute train wreck by the time you meet her. Wait. This is the other side of that webbing. Alright. I feel like there's something missing here. Not to mention, ID Purpose just absolutely slaps as a song. There is a way down there. What? I don't understand any of that. Yeah, you're telling me. I'm just like over here going, what's going on? Yeah, because there's a chest there, but I can't get anywhere near high enough to figure out how to get to that one. I mean, you did ask a very valid question. I just don't speak keyboard slam. Can I move that one a little closer, please? Can I just have that one? Wait, where did that one go? Okay, now it's just gone. Is there a way I can hook shot that from here? God, that is really precise aiming. Alright. Now that we got that back, I don't know what the exact use of it is, but... Like, I feel like, yeah, there's a way to drain that. Oh, wait. See, it's nice that I go and look at things. What has me stumped for minutes just becomes simple once I look closely at it. Alright, yeah, that's entirely fair. Oh, there's a thing here. Yeah, why not? It might be a key. Yeah, see? I opened it and it was key. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to the end of this before I decide to end stream. I might just, like, get to a certain point where I feel like I could get back to easily and just continue from there. But I know how to cross between the rooms now. I have that well effectively drained. Actually, this might not be a bad place to call it. Because, like, I got 2 keys, and I know where I need to put one of them. And I know how to get there. But, like, I feel like I've run a pretty good time on that. So I think what I'll do is just, like, save and come back to this next time I go to play this, which will probably be Sunday. Because, I might do another... I might do another Splatoon stream on Friday. I enjoyed the last one a lot, so I might come back to that. Alright, so I guess in that case, I'm gonna hop over to chatting for a moment. Move myself over. Alright, so we didn't make it to the end of it, but that's fine. It's okay. Because at least, you know, we're making progress. Ugh, good stretch. It's also good because I needed to get some stretching done. It's another thing I need to, like, remember to do a little more often is just generally stretching my back a bit. Alright, looks like there's nothing going on here. Step down, I'll need to clear those out. Alright. So, I think my next stream is gonna end up being another Splatoon stream with friends. We're probably just gonna do more Turf Wars. And probably some salmon runs. That depends on the map, though. Because, like... And it also depends on how we're feeling about that. Because, like, the last salmon runs didn't go too well. And I do apologize for that. But, like... I kind of want to, like, do more of what's fun for us. So, like... If we just avoid salmon run, that's entirely fine with me. But, like... I think that'll be the next stream. Is I can revisit Splatoon 3 and just have some friends along. And, like, in the meantime, like, between now and then, I'm gonna work on seeing if I can set up the PNGs this time. Because I would like to have them set up for that this time around. If at all possible. So that way people know who's who. And what they look like. Because, let me tell you, you know, as for some eyes there, they some good-looking dudes. There's some good-looking dudes. So, I think the next time I'll hit Ocarina of Time will be next Sunday. And that's perfectly fine, because I'll probably need the time to just kind of, like, refresh my mind, maybe look a few things up. Maybe. But I've pretty much been doing fine without looking things up. Though I was thinking of looking up more bottle locations. And then someone dropped a really good tip yesterday for an extra bottle, which was very helpful. So, it's been fun talking about things I nerd out about. Because, you know, it's nice to fill in the void when you, are trying to figure out what the hell you need to do in a dungeon. So, I think from here, I'll just kind of play things by ear. And, like, Friday evening, like, after work, I'll set up for Splatoon 3 again. Because it was a lot of fun the last time. I would say it was a really good stream. Not just, like, on my end, but, like, also on the chat's end, because chat was really good that night. And you all deserve head pats for that. But, I think from here on out, I think the main thing is, like, I'll play Ocarina of Time on, like, Sundays and Mondays, unless I plan something for, like, Monday. Like, if I need to stream later on a Monday for a friend to join for a collab, then I will, like, make room for that. But otherwise, to everyone who followed since the last stream, that would be, again, Mallow and P-Man. Thank you for your follows. That brings me a couple steps closer. I am a few followers away from reaching that goal. And that's good. We're almost there. And I believe in us. I believe in us absolutely. 110%. To everybody who stuck around and chatted and was watching, thank you for watching. For those of you who are lurking, thank you for lurking. Because your views do count towards my average, because I do need to keep that up until I reach the affiliate goal. Because, the way the affiliate goals work is, like, you need to, like, average, like, 2 or 3 viewers for, like, every stream. And I've been keeping it pretty much at, like, an average of 5 to 6. Which is good. Because that's twice as many as I need anyway. And the only other affiliate goal I need, again, is just to get my follower count up a few more. Because, like, the other affiliate goals were, like, streaming on different days and for, like, 8 hours total between different streams. Which, you know, by this point I've blown out of the park, so that's good. It's very good. And I can't thank you guys enough for, like, all the support you've given me up to this point. Like, even before I was streaming, like, the support was very, very good. And I very much appreciated it. Because, it makes me feel happy that I have people who, can go, hey, you're awesome, keep doing what you're doing, keep following your passion. Because, I've been wanting to do this for a while. And now that I'm finally doing this, at some points it feels a little too good to be true, but I'm gonna enjoy it with everything I have. So, I think this is a good place to end it. So, I will, hopefully see everybody in the next stream. And, until then, have a good time zone, wherever you're at. Wherever you are in the world, have a good one.